kindly wait in line on the platform. Thank you for your cooperation.
What's a different game?
I'm scared.
Oh, they're gonna fight.
Hey! Hey! How y'all doing?
Oh, they're gonna fight. Oh, they're fighting, they're fighting. Excuse me. 你今天的店到哪里？Yeah. See. Oh.
Thank you. 可是我因为就讲一句话啊，我就没怎样啊，是你自己烂啊。 kindly get in line on the platform. Thank you for your cooperation.